PCA came into the year, there were question marks about his potential offense for 2024 and just him even being a bat in general for the future. Now, the numbers don't look good as bulk for PCA, around a 285 weighted on base average for the season. But within the last 3 weeks, he's showing signs of rapid changes in development. You can visually see the three changes he's made. The first change is he's adopted a leg kick, a more severe leg kick. The example I always give for this is someone like Jose Bautista, who did this before he went on his massive run for multiple years. Other guys have had long leg kicks, bigger leg kicks like Matt Holliday. Matt Shaw is someone within the Cubs who also has a leg kick. Change number one. Change number two was that the angle of his bat pre-pitch is more at like a 45-degree angle, and his hands are closer to his ear. Everything is tighter, basically. And so I think as a result, he's been able to catch up to more fastballs. And now we're seeing with PCA an ability to make more contact than he's ever shown, even at the minor league level. If we look at just that amount of contact, which is better than league average, we're talking 80% contact. That's also coinciding with offense that we have not seen from him ever. Within the last month now, he's progressively boosted that weighted on base average, or just the ability to hit the ball harder, farther, and in spots that generate runs. And within the last 2 weeks now, he's an expected weighted xwOBA over 400, which is crazy to see from someone like PCA. If he were to continue this pace, which typically you don't see someone with PCA's profile continue, we're talking about 400 weight on base average, that equates to over 7 WAR. That would be an MVP type level pace. The sample size is small, 50 plate appearances within the past 3 weeks. But what's not small is the plate discipline changes, the ability to make more contact, the ability to eat and spit on other bad pitches. That's not really a small sample. That's representative of a change that he has successfully made as a 22-year-old. That's a result of hard work, a result of being open-minded and working with someone like Dustin Kelly to take those changes and immediately translate that to results. That suggests to me going forward, when he needs to make another change, well, he has this precedence now where he's successfully done it. And that's why these small stretches are really important for me as a fan looking at PCA in the future.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's noticeable, even if you're not digging into all these changes or digging into the numbers, just the clear difference in watching his plate appearances, the confidence that he seems to have, the quality of those plate appearances. But it's a very significant development, Brendan. I mean, you see what he's able to do on the base paths and in the field, and he's going to get better at both of those areas. He's still a very young player, still gaining that experience, reading MLB pitchers, MLB catchers, all that other stuff, working with his fellow defensive players, on this Cubs team in the outfield and the infield. But you look at, like, right now, he's got like a 600 OPS overall on the season. He's been worth 1.2 wins above replacement. In the last 30 games, he's got a 731 OPS. That's almost 100 at bats, 99 at bats. You condense it further, as you did, those numbers get even better. The reason I say all that is it's very easy to see this guy is an extraordinarily valuable player. He's performing overall at a 600 OPS level, and he's already worth a full win above replacement. And all of that is only going to tick up. And as you continue to see, I said it earlier, like, you feel those moments where it feels like it's clicking for him in terms of
even before the
MLB
runs
pitching.
came. You saw the plate approach look better before the runs started to produce.
Yeah, just a major difference. And so, like I said, when we're trying to square those things of like, okay, like, this season is still going, there's still stuff to pay attention to, but what does it mean for next year? And what are those kind of important developments? This trajectory continuing through the end of the season, Brendan, would give you that confidence that as you head into next year, PCA is ready to kind of take that next step. And he is clearly your center fielder of the future. and you're going to get more confident. Craig's going to get more confident moving him up in the order and thinking more on like, okay, we have this explosive player. He's made these adjustments. He's gotten his legs under him at the MLB level. Now, how do we kind of unleash that in the lineup? Where do we put him to kind of get this like ideal output? And there's still ways to go. That's not all to say that it's clicked. He's done. He's an all-star now. Like there's still going to be slumps. There's still going to be adjustments. There's still work to be done. But I think when he first came up, especially given that age, there was so much like way too quick reaction from how overmatched he looked. And he did, but I think too many people.
You looked bad though.
He did.
Like really
too
bad.
Many people lost that context of like, this guy is 22 years old. He's being thrown into the middle of a playoff race and asked to adjust to major league pitching. And everybody was kind of freaking out. And you're seeing kind of that long-term process paying off. And just that patience of like, hey, give him some time. Let him like adjust at 23 years old. And
look how beneficial that stretch was though, last September. I mean, he looked awful. There were questions, as you said, that were pretty extreme ideas that he couldn't adjust, but just being exposed like that. And I imagine if I were Pete Crow-Armstrong and I did not get one base hit in my cup of coffee last September, that would have wrecked my brain the entire offseason. So look what PCA did. No base hits in September, goes for the offseason, and he gets beyond that rough stretch, makes those adjustments, comes in spring training, and you see a change, more of rigidity in his batting stance. Has some success, still not quite where he wanted to be, makes another change with Dustin Kelly. Now you're seeing him be the best offensive producer in the past 6 weeks with the Cubs. It's really encouraging to see someone have that mental fortitude to get beyond some rough stretches in a player development trajectory that's unorthodox, with COVID, not getting playing time, being thrust into the playoff hunt last September and failing. I'm incredibly impressed with what he's doing. And it's exceeding my expectations offensively the past month.
We all silly like the mayor.